Money team, what's going on? It's your host Dre, and we back today with another exclusive money tip. Now today we're gonna be talking about NFTs, what are NFTs, how to get into it, all of this stuff. I do not want to overload your mind. We're gonna spread this out into parts. This is part one of what is NFTs. I just want to calmly bring this in and calmly talk about it because it's a lot of emotions surrounded around NFTs, cryptocurrency, the meta world, metaverse. It's a lot of emotions. It's a lot of stuff surrounding it. So I want to give y'all a place to where we can come and be comfortable and talk about this stuff and really get some value out of it. So what I want to start with is just so you understand, there's a transition going on right now. There's a big transition going on, and what you got to understand is we're going into generation 3 of the internet. You dig what I'm talking about? We're going into generation 3 of this. So web point 1, you got to kind of think of it as that AOL, email, that is web 1. Web 2 is when Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, those platforms came out. That's web 2. We're now indulging in web 3. So what web 3 is blockchain. Now blockchain is totally different than what we're used to. And if you want to kind of zoom out and get an understanding of this, with our phones right now, we're super limited to what we can do. We're limited to the apps that we can go to. We're limited to the interactions that we can have, right? Now I want you to kind of imagine a world to where you can dive into your phone, right? To where you can dive into your lock screen, your home screen, and now all of these apps, you can navigate through all of those apps, and now all of those apps are connected and you can interact. Allow those apps to interact with each other or cause interaction between the apps, which stays within the blockchain. I know this is crazy. I know this is confusing. I know. That's why I want to bring it to y'all and break it down in a way that y'all can start to understand it and start piecing it together. So with social media, it's really just with the internet. Now we added blockchain on top of the internet. And what blockchain is going to do is it's going to connect all of these platforms in a way that we've never seen it before. I got blockchain, I got the definition of blockchain pulled up, so I'm going to go over this, talk about it with y'all. Now, I got a few definitions pulled up. We just gonna get educated on this so that we can start learning what Web 3.0 is and how we can prepare ourselves in the future. Blockchain. The definition for blockchain: a system in which a record of transactions made in Bitcoin or another cryptocurrency are maintained across several computers that are linked in a peer-to-peer network. Keywords: linked in a peer-to-peer network. Those are key words. All of these applications, computers, systems are linked in a peer-to-peer network. That's what I'm trying to say. Imagine you jump into your phone screen and now you can connect all of your apps together. Gary Vee gave this example that he said, if you wanted to go from Minecraft, all of the money you spent in Minecraft to produce whatever you were producing in Minecraft, let's just say you stopped playing Minecraft after you done spent all of this money and building stuff within Minecraft. Let's just say you want to take your attention now and go to Fortnite. All the money you spent in Minecraft, that's gonna stay in Minecraft. Why? Because Minecraft owns it and you can't transfer it to Fortnite. See what I'm saying? You can't transfer your Fortnite skins to Minecraft. You can't do that, even though you paid for both of them. Now, what the blockchain is going to allow you to do is, if you want to go from Minecraft, everything you bought in Minecraft, you can sell on the blockchain, get money for it, and invest into the Fortnite stock. And then, so that way everything is connected. You see what I'm trying to say? We're going to go more into this in part 2, 3, 4, and 5. There's going to be so many videos on NFT, but this is the first one. I just want to get you to understand what blockchain is, crypto, all of these terms, so that you can fully understand what's going on. What is cryptocurrency? What is it? What is this thing that everybody keep talking about? What is the definition? I want to bring y'all the definition and bring y'all this value. Cryptocurrency, a digital currency in which transactions are verified and records are maintained by a decentralized system. That is the key. Decentralized. That is what I just explained to y'all with blockchain. That linked in peer-to-peer network. That is the big focus right there. That is the big difference from Web 2.0 and Web 3.0. Web 2.0 was more centralized. I wouldn't say it was completely centralized, but it was more centralized than Web 3.0. Web 3.0 is decentralized, meaning you can go from this app to this app to that app to that app very seamlessly. If you have Bitcoin, but you want Ethereum, sell your Bitcoin and buy Ethereum. Everything is decentralized, so you can move across all platforms very seamlessly. You see, that is the key point of Web 2.0 going into Web 3.0 right there. A digital currency in which transactions are verified and records maintained by a decentralized system using cryptography rather than a centralized authority. Understand that. Rather than Facebook, Google, record labels, all of these places, all of these things, all of these companies, all of these apps, rather than them having centralized authority, we're moving into Web 3.0 where the power is really getting back into the people's hands. The power is really going into the consumer's hands. The middleman between the producer and the consumer is officially been cut out. The cat's out the bag. You see, so it's a big deal, man. It's a very big deal when you pay attention to it. Let's move forward. What is Meta? What's going on? If you don't know, Facebook has officially changed its name to Meta. It's no longer Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg is putting $10 billion, $10 billion with a B, into the metaverse every year in development. This is going to change the way, this is going to take away the phone. This is going to allow us to interact in a way different. Hey, this is about to be different. The medium that we're communicating through right now is going to be taken away. You're going to really be able to be right here in front of me while I'm doing this video. You're going to be able to experience me through a hologram, through my avatar, through NFTs. You're going to be able to experience me physically in a virtual world. The virtual world that this is going to be happening in is metaverse. It's powered by Facebook, and here's the definition. The metaverse, a virtual reality space in which users can interact with a computer-generated environment and other users. The key thing about the metaverse, and this is a word that I don't want to trip over, I ain't trying to sound like a brainiac, but interoperability. It ain't on my screen and nothing. It's coming off the top of my head, so I hope I said it right. If I didn't say it right, fix it in the comment section. Interoperability. Interoperability. This is a crazy word, I'm telling you. But here's the definition. The ability of computer systems or software to exchange and make use of information. So this is the key component of the metaverse. This means that you can interact with your refrigerator. You can interact with your wall. You can interact with another person via the metaverse, via their avatar, via whatever the case may be. You can interact with your work desk. You can interact with your laptop. You can interact with things in reality that will respond to you if you choose to interact with it. That's very key in the metaverse. Everything is going to be interoperable. I'm trying to break this down. I suggest you guys do your own research on this so you can get a little bit more familiar, because it took me a minute to understand it, but I'm doing my best in trying to break this down so that you guys can understand it. Let's go back. Blockchain. Blockchain is basically like the new internet, right? It's the new version of the internet to where everything is decentralized. That means it's going to be a way that everything is decentralized and there's moving all across the blockchain. I hope you understand that. Please do research to follow up, but blockchain is basically like the new version of the internet, even though it's built on top of the internet. Just trying to give y'all a way to kind of digest this and understand it. Once again, do research on this. Don't just take this and then go talk to people and be like, yeah, the blockchain is kind of like the new. No, I'm trying to explain this to you in a way that you can start digesting it so that you can start learning your own information about this and being an expert yourself on this subject. Blockchain, like I said, basically kind of like the new version of the internet where it's decentralized. You can move from app to app very easily. Now on the blockchain, you have currency. In Web 2.0, you kind of got to think about things like Instagram badges as currency, right? You're spending currency as currency on Web 2.0. Cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, all of these things, they are the currency on the blockchain. They're the currency of the blockchain. See what I'm trying to say? So if you want to spend any type of money on the blockchain, you have to use cryptocurrency to do so. Cryptocurrency is very essential when you're trying to mint NFTs, when you're trying to buy virtual land, buy virtual avatars, buy virtual assets, invest. Anything you're trying to do on the blockchain that costs, you're gonna have to use cryptocurrency for that. What you do is you trade your US dollar for cryptocurrency. Just do a simple conversion, Coinbase, Robinhood, MoonPay, things of that nature. Convert your dollar into cryptocurrency, and this allows you to kind of operate on the blockchain. Now moving forward to the metaverse. The metaverse is more of the interaction. This is how we're gonna be using virtual land. The metaverse is where we're gonna interact. It's where events is gonna happen. It's where all of these things are gonna take place virtually. It's gonna happen within the metaverse. Just kind of think, if you have a house, if you're gonna have a virtual house, it's gonna be in the metaverse. See what I'm saying? At least initially. It's something to think about, like, you know, what are some of the things you might want in a virtual house? What are some of the things you might wanna wear? You see what I'm saying? These things you're gonna have to pay cryptocurrency for, and all of this is on the blockchain. The metaverse is formed on the blockchain. It's built on the blockchain. Now, moving forward, NFTs are the big question. What are NFTs? How do you explain them? I don't understand them. What's the use of them? Let's get straight into it. The phrase NFT is short for non-fungible token. So I'm gonna go into the definition right here. The phrase NFT, short for non-fungible token. NFTs are certificates that I'm gonna read this slow because this is all it means. NFTs are non-fungible tokens, and they are certificates to say that you own something digitally. That's all, not all, because that's very important. You have ownership of this digital property, and as an NFT, that's like your proof of ownership. Owning a Picasso, you get certificates and things like that for owning a Picasso, right? That's basically what an NFT is. And that's why people are saying, well, why can't I just screenshot it? That's like you walking up to a Picasso on the wall, taking a picture of it, and think that your picture has the same value as the Picasso that's on the wall. Not the same thing. You see what I'm saying? The person who has the documentation of ownership, like the title, things of that nature, the deed, you know what I'm saying? Things of that nature, those are the people who control that artwork. That's where the real value is, the resellable value. You see what I'm saying? Not somebody taking a picture of the Picasso on the wall. The value of the picture is gonna resell for nothing. So don't be afraid of people screenshotting your NFT, things of that nature. You have to buy the NFT through the blockchain for it to be usable, accurate, valid, all of that good stuff. Just because you took a screenshot of the NFT, you do not own it. It is not going up in value. You can't resell it. It has to be attached to the blockchain. And you must use cryptocurrency to purchase it and to own it from the blockchain. That's basically it. NFTs can be anything. Tory Lanez just released music as an NFT. People are releasing animals. People are the Bored Ape Yacht Club, CryptoPunk. These are kind of new companies, I would say, in this metaverse. The start of what could be the next form of Google, the next form of Amazon, the next form of eBay. These things are huge. You see what I'm saying? You got different things that's going on Ethereum. You have NFTs, but now people are starting to mint NFTs on Solana. So that's very important because the gas fees on Ethereum are really high. So Solana charges pretty much pennies to mint an NFT, which is kind of mind blowing. So a lot of people are taking advantage of that. It's really a space to where it's so new that so many people can come in and be innovative. It can change the game. NFTs are taking, like I said, the middleman out of the game. It's giving you direct connection with the consumer, and you can produce anything digitally and pretty much sell it and watch the value go up. So if you have a fan base, if you have a crowd, you can actually start making money with your fan base, with your crowd, with your supporters, and start a community to where not only is your supporters helping you, but you're genuinely helping your supporters. Tory Lanez sold 1 million copies of his NFT, which was a piece of artwork and an explicit song that he attached. He sold 1 million copies of those for $1. It sold out in 1 minute and 30 seconds. Tory Lanez sold 1 million NFTs of his music and a piece of artwork, 1 million copies in 1 minute and 30 seconds for $1 each. A week later, each one of those NFTs was worth over $30,000. he's on camera saying some people bought 5, some people bought 20, some people bought 60. So do 30,000 times 60, and that's how much that person made off a $60 investment. This is big, y'all. This is big. That means Tory Lanez fans just made basically $250,000 or more off of supporting him and his music. And I guarantee Tory Lanez hasn't made a faster $1 million in his life. I want to say that, especially dealing with his music. I firmly believe, and I don't know none of Tory Lanez's business, but I firmly believe that when it comes to him selling his music, he could have did any other project, I'm not speaking on that. Him selling his music, I guarantee he made the most money the fastest with NFTs. I'm talking about liquid money that he owns, him owning that money. Record labels give advances and they give all of this, but him putting out his music, he made $1 million in 1 minute and 30 seconds. That gotta be some of the fastest, most rapid payouts that he's ever received for his music. It has to be. This is big, y'all. This is huge. Please learn how you are going to create your version of this NFT, your version, your project. What are you going to release to the people that's on this blockchain, that can be sold across this blockchain, that so many people can find value in, that so many people can enjoy? How can you help craft and create this Web 3.0 and be a part of it? It's here. It gives the consumers the power and it gives the artists the power. This is huge, it's revolutionary, and I want to go on camera saying it, and I want to help you guys understand this. If you want more information, if I wasn't as clear as I should have been, if you want me to be a little bit more clear in this video, I will do a part 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me know down in the comment section. I will do this content for you. Honestly, if y'all don't go down in the comment section, I'm still gonna put this content out because it needs to get out there. People need to know about this. People need to understand this. People need to know what's going on. And I'm gonna put this out. You see what I'm saying? So let's go, y'all. It's here. Web 3.0 is here. That's part 1 of NFTs, how to buy NFTs, all of that good stuff. If y'all want step-by-step on how to actually purchase an NFT, I would do that in the next video. I'll talk about wallets and all of that good stuff. I'm still gonna bring the value in here, but I need y'all to let me know specifically what you have a question on so I can bring that value to you, your family, your friends, everybody around you, you dig? This is another exclusive Money Tips with the Money Team. It's your boy Dre.